everybody, welcome to my channel. This week I'm doing another review of the Braxton Family Values. If you want me to continue doing these reviews, please like and subscribe. So I'm going to pick up where I left off last week. Last week, Tamar told her sisters that she booked them on the TD Jakes show. And a lot of them were concerned because they weren't ready to face TD Jakes after their last meeting. So check this footage out.
Do you know how unthankful you are? How ungrateful you are to see you in these fancy shoes and these nice clothes and act like this?
After that meeting, the Braxtons were shook. And Tony was like, who does this man think he's talking to like this? So ever since then, they're kind of scared to face TD Jakes again. However, Tamar decided to book them on his show, and Wanda and Trina had problems with that.
I don't know if I really want to go on the Bishop TD Jakes show. The way Tamar was talking, I feel like it was already something she put together.
So Wanda and Trina feel some type of way about Tamar booking them on TD Jakes' show without telling them. And the reason why they feel some type of way is they're nervous about what he's going to ask, and they're also nervous about him asking them to sing. And they haven't sang with each other for a minute, so they're concerned about that.
Is he going to ask us to sing?
I don't know nothing. I didn't even get the pre-interview. I didn't do none of that.
I have no idea. I don't know what's going on.
When they finally arrived on the show, Tamar found out they actually would be singing for Bishop Jakes.
The bishop would just put you on the program. We don't have a selection by Sister Tamar and her sisters.
So the sisters gear themselves up to sing on the show, and they're practicing and getting their notes together, and they really do sound great. I think so.
It is well, it is well, my soul.
So the sisters are singing their faces off, and the mother, Evelyn, is not impressed at all. And the reason why is because Tony isn't there.
Tony's not here.
Then don't do it.
So 2 hours later, Tony Braxton decides to make her grand entrance into the studio and show these girls how it's really done, okay?
No, you have to sing it like a song.
Tony Braxton was like, no, you don't sing it like a hymn. It's not a hymn. You sing it like an R&B song.
It is well with my soul. It is well.
So Tony takes it upon herself to now lead the song. And she's like, the song is too high. It's too high.
Why don't you run over top of it?
It's too high. It's too high for me. I can't sing that high.
So when it's time for the sisters to get on the show and finally sing, Toni Braxton forgets that she has to lead the song.
When I'm looking over at Tony and she's not singing the part that she was supposed to sing, and I'm like, what happened?
So when they all got backstage, Toni got lit up by her sisters for not starting off the song. Tamar actually had to start off the song, and I thought this whole scene was just funny.
It is well. You can't. I don't know where to come in. I did the same thing on Family Feud. That shit is.
Okay, so later on in the show, the sisters decide that they need to have a family vacation to Mexico. So they're actually trying to ask their father to come along because they feel like, well, since their father and their mother are finally getting along after all these years, then they should all be able to have a nice family vacation with no problems, right? Well, it doesn't quite work that way, because if you know the history between their parents, you would know that bringing the father along with them would not make Miss Evelyn comfortable at all.
You're going to hell for everything. My ex-husband was my first love. I was devastated.
He had another woman for 9 years.
You lay it low and spread it wide.
So yeah, if you don't know, Michael Braxton, the father, and Evelyn Braxton, the mother, they had a very, very messy divorce. And for a long time, they were very bitter toward each other. And the father married his side chick, Wanda, 30 days after he divorced their mother. However, many years later, the family has really made amends with each other. The father and the mother have both settled out their differences for the sake of their children, and they seem to be getting along quite well. And that is why the sisters are wanting their father to come along with them to the trip to Mexico. However, the father won't come along unless he brings his his wife, Wanda, with him.
Well, is your wife gonna let you go?
I'm thinking that your mother and Miss Wanda should get together in Mexico.
The sisters were completely taken by surprise when he suggested that he bring his new wife on the trip to meet his ex-wife. That's crazy.
I'm the only sister that hung around Miss Wanda the most. It would not be good at all if we ever go on a vacation with my mom.
So in the last scene, Tony is talking to Tamar about trying to respect the fact that their father has a new wife.
Daddy's married, and we have to respect this is his wife. Blended family.
Not me.
Tony wants to let bygones be bygones and accept his new wife because she has half brothers and sisters. Okay, so the father has other children with this lady, and the Braxton sisters, they want to get to know their other brothers and sisters, but they have to come to terms that they have to accept that this is his new family, this is his wife, and it's going to be a little hard for them to do this.
When he got his new wife, he forgot about us. It was challenging having a relationship with my dad because Miss Wanda, I'm like, who is this woman? She's not my mother.
I think inviting them on the trip is only going to make things worse for the mother and the father's relationship, because it's taking years for the mother, Evelyn, to accept the father, and it's taking years for their relationship to be amicable. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, but this is a very messy thing that the producers are doing, because this can potentially ruin the relationship that Evelyn and Michael Braxton have worked years to rebuild. So yeah, and I could also see this being a problem with the mother and her daughters too for allowing this. So we'll see what happens. There will be a lot of crying, a lot of screaming, a lot of emotional moments, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.